So coordinate plane is a plane divided into 4 regions used for graphing. Then it says label the origin, the quadrants, x-axis, and y-axis. Start with the origin. Where's the origin?
Center.
The center. It's this point right here. What is that point called? What's the order pair called?
0.
0 what?
0.
Yeah. 0, 0. Now, which one is your x value? The first number or the second number?
First.
The first. So this is your x, this is your y. So this is just like a little review. Y'all been doing graphing for a good while, so you should be good at this. Quadrants. Who remembers how the quadrants are labeled?
1, 2,
1, 2, 3, 4.
And they're Roman numerals. They're not just regular. So it's 1, 2,
Yeah, why'd you put it in the middle?
3,
What? You're supposed to.
and 4. So 1 just it looks like a capital I, looks like a double I, then triple I, and then IV. Okay, then the x and y axis. Which one is the x axis? Is that the horizontal, the left or right? Or,
Just straight up.
One going right to left.
yeah, the horizontal one. And guys, if you don't know horizontal and vertical, think about your horizon. Which way does the sun set? It doesn't set like this. That'd be like something from Star Wars. So this is your y-axis. This is vertical. Okay, and then the order pair. Order pair is a pair x, y on a graph. So that should just be a quick review. Y'all should remember that. Oh, you can't even see it. Something else that may help some of you is whenever you always start from the origin. If you go to the right, would that be positive or negative?
That'd be positive.
Positive. So you can put a little plus sign if that helps. Going up, would that be positive or negative? Positive. Going to the left, would that be positive or negative? Negative. Then going down would also be negative.
Yeah.
So just in case you needed a review with that, you can put that on there. So yeah, let's check out A. What order pair do you think A would be?
-3 and 4.
-3 is right, and then 1, 2, 3, 4. Yep. Does everyone see how he got that?
Yes.
So remember, you always start from the origin on these. Go left 3, that means negative. Up 4, positive. And what quadrant would that be in? 2. Not too bad. I'm going to skip B and do C with you. What do you think the order pair is for C?
0, 2.
Good. 0, 2. You don't go left or right any, but you do go up 2. And that's not going to be on a quadrant.
That's going to be on the y-axis.
Good, on the y-axis. So if you have one that's on the axis, just put the axis.
Okay.
And y'all go ahead and do B, D, E, and F real quick. All right, what'd y'all get for B?
2,
-3.
2, -3, good. What quadrant?
3. 4.
4.
Or doesn't be 1.
What about D?
7, 1.
Good, 7, 1. What quadrant?
1.
1, excellent. E?
-4, -6.
Yep. -4, -6. And what quadrant's that?
3.
3. And then F.
-0, -5.
is it 0, -5, or -5, 0?
Negative 5, 0.
-5, 0. So you always go left to right first, and then you go up or down. And that would be the x-axis. All right, anybody have questions about that?
No.
Okay, then these next two things, this is actually, these terminology is going to be new for you. So discrete graph. Discrete means a graph of distinct points. And what that means is, let's draw a little mini coordinate plane here. That would be a graph where you just see random points throughout it. So nothing's connected, it's just like random points. Continuous is a graph that's connected. So a graph with connected lines or curves. So the only thing that has to happen on continuous graphs is they have to just make, they have to stay connected. They won't just be random dots. So we'll say this is even a continuous graph, something crazy looking like that. All right. So now I'm going to get y'all started on the next page, and then we'll let you take off on it. So on this one, we also have to find what the domain and range is. So definition of a relation is a set of ordered pairs. A set of x values is called the, does anybody remember what the x values are called?
No.
No. Okay, x is called the domain. Y'all should have learned this last year. Now, I know your 8th grade year was kind of crazy. And then the y values are called the range. So x is called the domain, y is called the range. So all you do for these, the domain is you write your x values, but you do not repeat any x value.
Oh,
So you do want to put it in least to greatest order. So what's our smallest number here for our x values?
-3.
-3. And then what I do is I mark them out after I've used them. Like I said, you don't repeat your -3, so you can go ahead and mark out both. What would be next?
-2.
Good. Then what?
0. No, there's 1.
1. And then what?
3.
3. Is anybody confused on how we got that domain? So domain is just the x values. Now the range would be your y values. Once again, your y values do not repeat. So what's the lowest y value?
-4.
Good, -4. And guys, this thing up front is kind of this thing. I'm really bad at drawing them, so as long as you draw something squiggly, and I can tell it's not a parenthesis, you're good. But they're called brackets and or braces, and they're, I don't know, they're weird. So -4 is the smallest. What's the next one?
0.
0. Then what? 1,
2.
2,
5.
and 5. Anybody have questions about that?
no.
The table part, all you do is you take your ordered pairs and just put them over here. So that one's really easy. You just do -3, 1, -2, 0, 1, 2, 3, -4, and -3, 5. Any questions on table? I wouldn't imagine so. Okay, and then mapping. So mapping, you do something a little different. And this you probably haven't seen before.
Nope.
So the mapping, the side on the left will be your domain. And you can write a capital D here if that helps you remember. The side on the right will be the range. So you're literally going to make the list they use for the domain over here and just make it in this bubble. So you're going to start with -3, then -2, then 1, and then 3. So just put them up and down like that vertically. Then what would our range side look like? Okay, so we got them all listed, but now we don't have any clue what goes to what. So what mapping is basically like matching. I'm sure you've taken quizzes or tests where you had to match, probably in like history, match a word to whatever, or English. So you're going to match as -3. The -3 is going to be matched with what? 1. So you go back, you can look at your table to draw a line. You're going to match each one of these ordered pairs with whatever the y value is. So -2 is going to go straight over to 0. 1 will go down to 2. 3 will go to -4.
What about 5?
And then if you notice, you have the -3, 5. So you're going to draw 2 lines from that -3 to 5. So if a domain is repeated more than once, you'll have multiple lines from that number. Does that make sense for the mapping? It's not hard, it's just weird. You probably haven't seen it before. And then graphing. Graphing's piece of cake. That's what y'all just did on the front. -3, 1, left 1, 2, 3, up 1. -2, 0, left 2, up 9. 1, 2. 1, 2, 3, down 1, 2, 3, 4. Then 1, 2, 3, down or up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So yeah, your graphing should look something like that. All right, I'm going to stop the recording. So you guys on the recording, just finish this page.